I've eaten about 3 full onions in my life, by the way.
On purpose?
Because because it's like fine. It's just fine. You can eat an onion.
Like an
what's
apple.
the utility for you? Like, what's the point? Just for
I wanted an onion.
Content?
I wanted an onion. I was hungry and I was down and the onion looked good. And I bit into it like 4 big bites of an onion and I was fine. And it was cool. And I did that a couple times in my life. No, but that would have been chill too. But
I think that makes sense, right? Like
I'd be happy with that.
Sense to
me. Bro, I'd put relish on an onion. I'd put mustard on an onion. Ketchup, mustard, and relish on an onion.
Yeah.
Sounds like a really fire, underrated snack that I'm going to have to sample at some point. Raw onion, relish, ketchup, mustard. That's sick. Guys, welcome to the Binge Eater podcast. We're talking about some next level food ideas and concepts right now. And most importantly, we might even talk about the algorithm and the Matrix, not the movie. The thing that the guy's been saying that's silly, right? Okay, we're going to talk about all that. How's that intro, right? You're like blown away, guys. Right? I wanted that to sit for a second. You remember, this is we asked people to submit their best binge moments. The time that they went off and ate something real crazy, right?
Yeah.
I forgot we did that. I was out on the ocean.
I kept remembering and forgetting all week and being like, I gotta nail that down. And then the last one was this afternoon. I was at work and I was like, oh, I never thought of my binge because I was reading people's comments and then I was like, it'll come to me.
I thought about it and the conclusion I came to is there's been so many that I can't even nail it down.
Yeah, it's
so
hard to nail it down.
Like it's all a blur. It's all like, I ate so much that I couldn't.
It's crazy. I feel like I'm getting hit with like homework excuses why it's not done right now. I didn't do it either, guys. I was in the middle of the ocean. I forgot we even brought this up. I was in the middle of the ocean getting my dick sucked by an octopus. Getting my dick sucked by an octopus with a loaded handgun in between my ass cheeks. And I got hit with this DM that it didn't even matter if we came up with our best binge or not.
It's true.
Okay.
We have a best binge.
This came from HH Trace in my DMs.
You a doctor
like,
or something like that?
As he asked, he liked it.
Okay.
He came through the DMs with this binge that was so offensive.
Oh God.
I like it may as well have been like a fucking pic.
He sent me
like,
one of those.
I don't know how to submit a best. This is a message from him in my DMs. I don't know how to submit a best binge, but one time I went into IHOP, super messed up at 3 a.m., and the staff hadn't cleared any of the tables, and I couldn't believe someone would leave all that glorious food uneaten. So I ate all the leftovers off of all the tables and got tonsillitis and mono 2 days later.
Bro.
Now, the reason why this one hurts is like, because there was a time in my life where you could have got me with this. I would do some like this, and I would literally be like, you dummies. You know, I might have been like, if I was like drunk at 16 or something, I would have done something like that to be funny, and I'm wasted, and I'm like, I have no control. I'm drunk. And I would do something like that, or
and you'd like actually, really I would protest, and you would be like, well, you think something's going to happen?
Exactly. You would protest. Lynch would protest. 100%. You two guys would be there being the biggest protesters of such an act to the point that you might even be like, no, go. That's smart. No, go ahead. I bet it's going to be good. And I'll be like, okay, so you spend money on IHOP. I got all the free food. And then to eat it all. And even if you woke up the next day and you're like, ugh, that was gross. Because it was 2 days later. So you wake up the next day and you're like, that was kind of gross. You remember that? And then like someone's just bothering you. They're like, you're disgusting. And you're like, shut up, bro. It's not disgusting. It's food. The people touch it. And like, I can already think of the arguments you have where you're like, so what? But like, it gives enough time that 2 days later, your buddy's like, yeah, you coming out? You're like, okay. And you're like, why? You're like, the IHOP food they gave me mono and tonsillitis.
Bro, mono.
It's not even a binge at this point. It's just crazy, man.
But no, this is the most
This person's
iconic.
a wild person. This is a wild person, right? If I drop my fork on the floor in IHOP, you best believe I'm getting a new fork. I'm not like that's like the stretch from that to this.
Wait, that wasn't even that crazy. That's like, I'll be honest with you. I would eat all the food on all the tables. If a fork dropped, I would look at the waiter and be like, "Can I get a new fork, please?" And then I would continue to eat all the food on the table.
That's crazy logic. You're living in a fucked up world if you think that, dude. Are you crazy?
Yes and no. Yes and no. Because I'm fucked up. I'm eating the food on the IHOP tables.
But
it's
it's
not my
food.
Who sucked all this meat that's now, who kissed it? Who kissed every single thing? Who sucked the fork and licked the back of it and put it back onto the mashed potatoes? And I'm there and I'm eating it, but my fork on the dirt, like on the ground, I'm like, it doesn't need to be like that. Can I get it? There's a million forks here. Can I get a clean fork?
That's it. You're eating contaminated food, but it's food. But the sand on your fork from the ground, the sand is not food. So he only wants dirty food, not dirty dirt.
Well, we didn't have to keep it too mysterious because I thought I would ask Double H Trace a couple questions. I was like, oh my gosh, these are my important questions. I was like, where do you live? How old were you? What IHOP was this? So, no, I just like, where do you live? Because if someone was like, I was in Hollywood, I'd be like, I know the IHOP. Or if they were like, I was in Maine, I'd be like, was this the winter? Are you in a winter jacket? Like, I'm just like, there's just questions. I just want to have some context. I need to know. I'm also trying to fire off questions like, how old were you? He was like, this was in Virginia in the United States, which if you gave me like 10 guesses, 5 guesses, I probably would have said that. I'd be like, I don't know, Virginia. But that's fine. He's in Virginia, United States, 21. That's probably the last year you could have got me fucking up like this too, by the way. There is a cocktail of alcohol and being stoned where I would have done it at 21. That's how foolish I am. But he said, so I was old enough where I should have at least made a better decision than that one. Well, there was no, what do you mean a better decision than that one? There's 2 decisions. Do it or don't. And do it is not even on the table, no pun intended, for anyone except for you. But like, I should have made a better decision than that one. Like what? How many plates were there on each table? What was the thing that you ate? Did you put did you have like a bowl of oatmeal? Did you like scrape oatmeal off the edges of a bowl with a spoon? Because that's way more fucked up than like picking up a half sandwich that someone didn't even touch yet on a plate.
Right. Yeah.
Picking a fry off is way different than like if a pancake is like a piece with like a fork on the piece of pancake and it's sitting in like syrup on the plate. Like that's bait too, you know?
Did he like finish somebody's... Yeah, did he finish somebody's milkshake through the straw? Fuck.
He was like, I remember this very clearly because I failed economics in college since I couldn't get out of bed for the next 2 weeks. Then I became an English major instead. That IHOP changed my life. Emoji.
Are you sure you didn't write this yourself? Because this just sounds like I have so many more questions.
It was
read this out to me.
I'm the one that ate the shit food and got mono. No, I said, listen, this is iconic. I might have to share this. Do you want me to say your Instagram? Or do you want to remain anonymous from such a disgusting act?
Well,
and he said, look, man, he said, this is the final words. He says, look, man, in the moment, that food tasted like it was made by Gordon Ramsay himself. I don't care if the staff wanted to call the cops. It deserved to be eaten. And yeah, you could share my @HHTrace. Man, why not? As long as I don't get hacked by someone across the world who I then have to moderately flirt with at night to get them on my side, only for them to possibly still betray me in the future. But hey, that's love, right? So he came at me gunning at the end.
He's
all
fan,
headshots on me.
This must be like an audio listener based on the fact that they had to DM you and didn't jump in the YouTube comments. It seems because this is pretty epic, dude.
He said epic.
Guys, hey guys, you're listening to the show that was almost called the Epic Podcast. No, I'm kidding. It was never going to be almost called that. Yeah, this is a really crazy Crazy move, that binge. And I don't think my binge where I was like, I ate 3 boxes of cereal instead of 2 is going to hold a candle to this. I don't think I've ever consumed anything monumental like this. I'm so stupid to say this because I have a very...
Yeah, when I was thinking binge, I didn't consider this as like a possibility. You know, to me, it's like, well, how much of an asshole you've been. Like, I guess this is you being the most ignorant possible version of yourself, just like rolling in and like, I'm gonna eat all this food that's half eaten off the table.
It's a binge.
But I was thinking more like binging, like, you know, like, oh, I got the cinnamon toast crunch and the cocoa pebbles and the cookie crisp, and I finished all 3 with a 2 liter of milk.
No,
you guys all
and
cereal.
you sat there, and then you sat there and you were like, I'm a monster. This guy's like on fucking tables on IHOP like a gremlin, like, and they're like, sir, you have to leave. And he's like, and then he's like sick in bed for months after. Like,
and this wasn't like a food like instability issue or like a food like he had the capacity to buy a breakfast at IHOP.
For sure, he went there to pay, and then he tried.
He showed up,
and he got a better idea.
He made them pay.
Yo,
and then he paid.
Honestly, it's a good YouTube channel. This guy should just show up at restaurants, eat the leftovers, and film it.
Oh,
people would trip out about that.
Shoe nice. He's shoe nice. He's got to do it. Yeah. It has to be him.
But he's got to eat the cutlery too. What's funny about this story is it doesn't make me think of a binge, but it does make me think of a similar type of story that I have that fucking haunts me. It still haunts me, even though I came out unscathed. This was like a really stupid thing. I'm with Donnie Sr., and this is way back.
The hater.
Yeah, the hater. This is way back when this, I mean, nobody outside the West Island will understand this, but just to put it in context for these guys properly, remember you know where the Arahova is on Brunswick there?
Yeah.
Remember when that was a Mike's?
It's a Copper Branch now.
Yeah, exactly. It's a Copper Branch. But remember when that was a Mike's?
Yeah.
Way back in the fucking day. So I go with my dad to pick up Mike's, and I'm stoned. I like got stoned at school, and I'm too young to be admitting I'm stoned. So I'm just kind of got this after school hangover from getting high in high school.
Are you like high and like hyped for Mike's and also kind of vibing good? Like, man, I love my dad. We're gonna go get Mike's right now. We're men.
Not at all. I'm tired and I'm like dissociative in a way. Like
I know like the exact way.
Smoked a joint at lunch and I'm kind of like in a gray fog. Like I'm not even online here. So we go to Mike's. I don't think we called ahead because we had to sit down and wait for the food, or maybe we just got there too quick.
Such dad behavior.
Yeah. So we'll
go and sit.
So we're sitting at like whatever booth is closest to like the fucking cash register in a restaurant.
Everything's brown. The
green,
floor, the chairs, the tables. Okay.
Maybe like a forest green with wood trim. So we're sitting there. And
completely unimportant details, by the way. I don't know what I'm
big
doing.
Time. I don't know.
I'm fucking up. I'm an idiot. Yep.
So we're sitting there and we're just kind of both, I don't know, we're not really speaking, we're kind of drifting, or we're in a moment of drifting, and I reach over to the glass of water on the table and I bring it up and I take a sip. And he goes, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I'm like, "Isn't this your water?" Which is already like a stretch for me. I'm like, "Isn't this your water?" And he's like, "No, that was there when we sat down." And I'm like, "Good God."
And you're like, why are we sitting down at this table with a water
yeah, exactly.
when I'm 14 and stoned?
I'm like, oh, I could have swore I saw in my peripheral vision the hallucination of someone putting this glass on the table.
I understand. I know, I understand.
But it didn't happen. All that happened was I drank some fucking stranger water, and I don't think I ever got sick, but I swear to God, I think I was, I don't know, 14, and I'm still horrified.
Do you want my story? It's better. It's
I hope
Are
so.
you
'cause
ready
mine
for
was
this,
terrible.
bitch? No, I actually love that story. Just picturing you with your dad. Your dad's just like a very aggressive man. He must have been like, "You fucking idiot."
I'm
Like
like
he must have
stoned.
looked at you and been like, "You're a fucking idiot." He's like, "I would never," and he probably would never make that error. Can't
And
imagine him doing that.
I'm stoned and I have gel in my hair and a fucking fake diamond earring.
You have a fake gold chain, and he's like looking at you, and he's like, you just don't have it right now, buddy.
No, I did not.
He doesn't know you're stoned. Did you think he knows you're stoned, or you just thought you were an idiot?
Doesn't know I'm stoned. I don't think it's an age where it's.
You should have
like,
admitted.
there's
You
no way
should have
this-
been like, "I'm sorry. I'm actually really high."
Yeah, fuck man.
Then he'd be like, "Okay, fine. Then you get a pass."
There's
Yeah, this
different
is
trouble.
disgusting. This is disgusting. So we're at my house. Got the boys over. 7 of them. Me and 7 of my hot homies all kicking it. Both of you might have been there actually. And we're all just chilling, cracking open some Pepsi twists. It was that time in the universe when like Pepsi was dropping the twists with the lemon. We got Pepsi twist on tap, bro, like infinite cans. We're blazing. We got blunts going around in the garage, and then we're coming in and we're playing 4v4 System Link Halo 1. Shit is fire.
Yeah.
We got drinks on the table. We all got our waters and stuff. Lights are out, so the
for sure, bro.
lights are out, so the screen glow just popping. We're laughing. The other room, they're the other team. They're laughing. Everyone's laughing. I sip my water. I reach over. I grab my water because we got waters too. We had so many water bottles. Like we were early on water bottles where like you come to my house, open up a water bottle, take the tiniest sip, close it, put it down, and then you'll leave 2 hours later, never touching the water again. It was like fucked up how much water I just threw. But anyways, we have waters chilling. I like to finish my water, you know? I'm going to heaven like that. I grab my water bottle. I open it up, you know? It's been some sips. I had some sips and I like sip it. And I'm like, I'm so high. Like this water's fruity. And I'm like, yeah, like, I'm so high. And I was like stoned, and I was just like, oh, I'm stoned. And I'm like, anyone's like, you guys, does the water taste fruity? And like, no one says anything because what a high dummy. Shut up, Harley. And like the night continues, and then like the lights turn on at one point because we're gonna go blaze, and I go to like drink my water, and I open it up and like hold it up, and I'm like,
I know where this
What?
is going.
what the fuck? As there's like loogies in it. Like big banging yellow goobers from the mouth, the back of the throat, floating. And like if I picked it up and saw that, I would be like, my heart would stop and it would hurt, and that would be that, and I would go out fucking ghost phased and hit the fucking blunt and go back in and play Halo, and life would be fine. But instead, I held it up all stoned in the middle of the room, like under the light, like, what the fuck? Huh? And there's like loogies in it, and everyone's like, yeah. And then Amir was like, you said the water tasted fruity. I'm like, no, and everything comes together. Everyone's like, the wow, he said it tasted fruity, and I was like, I was tasting this. I was like, I'm like, I'm so high, guys. Does this taste fruity? No, I was eating my friend's boogers floating in the fucking water.
Who did this?
I know who it was, and I don't want to talk about it.
I thought you were gonna say someone spat their gum in it. I was gonna be like, that's awful.
I think they made such love to my water bottle. I think they spat gum in it too. And then I think a loogie followed up. They were a cigarette smoker. I think they had a smoke and came back in and spat in it. And like, I was just like,
I thought you were going to the plates where it's like, you know, it's like back in the day when you use like a can as an ashtray. And
Well,
like,
we've
it gets
seen some
mixed
of
up with
those,
the other
too.
cans. It's like, you know,
that's
like
child's
everyone's
play.
seen that happen. Yeah,
That's
that what you
child's
just
play
described
compared
is
to this.
significantly worse. Than
But
that.
one of
I
my
could have caught a
favorite ones-
disease.
Ash.
Yeah. Dude, one of my favorite ones though, we were at a buddy's house that always threw parties, and he was actually the one
Me.
that got fucked. He
Me.
he grabbed a can of beer, took a big swig of it, and put it down, and he had a fucking ash mustache.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, bro. And he was
And
like,
this
"Who
is the age where
fuck ashed it?"
Oh, I thought he was trying to play it off like it didn't taste bad to him because it was important that he not react to like bad alcohol because he's trying to be chill.
I think partially because it was his house, there was like extra anger.
Oh yeah. Well, that
Like,
happened. I
had everyone come
I
over to
felt that.
chill, and you guys do me this dirty right now. Like,
You
some
spit
Yeah,
in my
exactly.
mouth.
does
Yeah,
this? How
Spit in
dare
my
you.
mouth like that.
I would have ended the party right then and there. So everyone.
Yeah,
was
me too. Me
immediately.
too. Would have been
I know.
curtains.
I need to cope for a couple of days here and negotiate how this is okay somehow.
Bro, if they got me a couple years earlier, I would have been like, open your mouth now too. No, open your mouth.
yeah. He
No,
would've-
then let me spit in your bottle and you have to drink it.
Yeah.
No,
I know that, Harley.
No.
I have to say that
It was only like 1
in
year.
these situations.
Yeah, that water, that water with the loogie, and it was absolutely just a nightmare.
How do you bounce back? I guess life just goes on. You got to accept it because there's no turning back. There's
Yo,
nothing you can
name
do
the
about it.
waters.
You've done it. It's finished.
Name the waters, Papa. Name the waters.
Listen, it was a big difference actually from this happening to me than either of you or my brother. Like it happened to me. I'm kind of happy. I'll be honest with you. I swear, and I do.
You're
I'm actually not
Frodo.
just saying this.
You're actually Frodo in this situation. Like you're the only one that could have
I'm
done
not
it.
even
And it's not
lying,
because you're the
Lynch.
strongest, and it's not because you're.
No,
It's
Maybe it
because
would have
you're
been a
the
turning
only
point
one.
for me. Maybe I would have been a different person. Maybe I would have turned out like.
We don't
someone
know,
who can
but I
handle
can
these
tell you
kind
one
of things.
thing.
Yeah.
As my baby cousin, I would rather it happen to me 100 times over than it happen to you once.
I think you say that because you know that I would have been instant fight would have broke out. Like instant, I would have punched.
Regardless,
that
I-
time, what
you
year
would
that
be-
is, I would have fought someone 100.
Yeah,
You would-
because
I would-
he's
you would be
Frodo
shut
and you're
up.
Bruce Banner.
he would be 36% more mentally ill of a person if this happened to him.
Yeah, it'd be like,
That's what I
remember
was
that
just like,
time?
he would.
My wife wants to divorce me every day because I'm running investigations on all my food. I got open cases on all these motherfuckers out here. Okay, anything that gets purchased,
That's not why.
anything. What?
No, wait,
That's
hold on.
definitely
Do you
why.
buy like a brand new thing, like a bag of chips? Let's say, open it up and look in there, like there might be something in the bag.
anything that happens? Anything that happens, like and it
Anything
could be
that
anything.
happens.
Like anything that happens from me picking it up and bringing it into my possession and bringing it home. If there's like, I can't even go into the depths of
The stamp, the
mental illness.
expiration date stamp has like an extra piece of ink.
I will even
off the
compare and
date.
contrast two different things to say, okay, well, look at this, like try and figure out how it's different. When like the truth is, like in manufacturing and producing something, it's not like 100% alike. You know, like not every single thing's
Color.
done. But in my mind, it's like that's one piece of my evidence that I'm looking at when I'm considering my investigation on this piece of food that or drink I might have right now. You know, like I never open a bottle of like Diet Coke or something like that without
Veuve Clicquot?
checking.
Oh.
checking the seal and making sure it's closed first before I pop it open. Unlike you drinking loogies just like willy-nilly and be like, oh, it's tasty.
Willy-nilly, bro. You think that's willy-nilly? I open up to you
Chucking
vulnerable
loogies,
like
dude.
that on the podcast. You say willy-nilly?
Yeah,
It hurt. It
willy-nilly,
actually
chucking
did.
The
It
seals were
hurt.
cracked. The seals were cracked, and then the lights went out. Okay, anything
Bro,
that happened
it's
after
not-
that was.
You know how many
open
waters
season.
get abandoned? I don't even do water bottles in big groups because it just gets abandoned. Like,
It's
if I
not
lose
even
sight of that
the
water
water
bottle for
bottles
longer than
because
like
of the
5
plastic.
seconds, forget it. Done.
It's not even just the drinking of the loogie. It's that I held it up and I drew everyone there's attention to it. And when you're like 16 and do something like drink someone's loogie, you feel disgusting. And people are kind of like, you look different to me, bro. This
Yeah.
whole
It is.
summer, you're
It's like
ugly.
a transgression. It's
You
a transgression.
drank a fucking loogie. Like this whole summer, bro. Don't ever try and win a fight with any of us. And that's to be the shit. You'd be like, here. And they'd be like, there. You'd be like, here, you dummy. And they'd be like, okay, go eat loogies. And everyone's like, haha, you're shit. Look at you. Look at you. And you're like, I know.
You're actually so
I'll be
right.
quiet
because
for 7 minutes.
That
I can think of a buddy who like we're doing this game and he was the first to answer. It was like some stupid shit. It's like, oh, how he's like, oh, I want a car. I was like, well, how much like would you suck a dick for this car or that car? And then like he admitted just
And he was like,
wants
yeah.
to suck dick for a car. Like we're like 15 or 16 and we're like
No,
he
that's
never
not a
lived
good
that
time.
down. It took a year for that.
He
to
never
stop.
lives it down until he's 37. And he's like, it's actually worth it.
Yeah.
It's
I was gonna
actually
say, like-
worth it. The
I was
car
gonna say,
I chose
anybody,
was a G-Wagon, and it's worth it.
I was gonna say any lonely people with a Forerunner to give away, I'll take that deal.
Yeah, Mr. Shadow Man, easy to make call outs like that when you're hiding, eh?
Yeah, he's hiding in the
Okay.
shadows.
Okay, I'll remember that though.
yeah. fucking, I don't know where I'm
Fuck,
going.
I had mine.
I had something.
Okay, well, you
Listen.
said Lynch, you said that the that guy, he was just the first to answer. I remember one time I was with two of my buddies, and my buddy in the back, I'm just say his name's Daniel. We pull up to McDonald's, and like as we pull up, like we're like, we're like 16, 17. This other car pulls up, and like girls get out, and I'm like, oh, biddies or something, that I would say in like 1999.
Like
And like my other
2001,
buddy's like, And then my buddy in the back goes, it's dick sucking time. And we're both like, what? It's like, I know the energy he was trying to capture. He was like, yeah, super straight stuff about the women with my friends. But instead, he really missed the mark. And he was like, it's dick sucking time. And we look back and we're like, what? He sucks for the rest of the summer. Because he'd come over and I'd be like, uh-oh, it's dick sucking time. It is.
Late 90s, early 2000s. You gotta be careful.
What kind of knife is that?
It's the Spyderco Paramilitary 2.
Can that give me a straight razor shave?
It could give you a straight razor shave in the sense that it's sharp enough, but a straight razor, the blade is much thinner.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a geometry thing. Like, this is a thick knife to do
stabbing.
Yeah, hey, you like a thick knife, don't you, boy?
I'm
like a thick knife.
Anyways, we'll get into that.
Hey, sorry, come on now.
That's another video I was watching. I got caught up in like different chef knives from all over the world, and this guy was comparing and talking about thin blades, thick blades, different styles. He was going off, dude. He was going off. Like he had so many knives in the background. What?
It's interesting what you said there, and it brings me to something I wanted to say. You said that you were served up a video of this knife content.
Yeah,
we're leaving TikTok behind last year. We're leaving TikTok. We're done. Because you know what? I thought about it. There's nothing more bitch than having the algorithm serve you up something. What kind of a man are you, bro?
Yeah.
What kind of a man am I? You know how many times I get served up a video and I sit there and do it? Every day I'm getting served up. Left, right, center. I got 2 TVs in my living room because I like to party. I'm getting served a video on one. I'm getting served an ad on the other. How many times am I going to get served up? And I'm playing with my phone, getting served up tons. But nothing serves me up as accurately as TikTok, and I'm done with that. That's way too accurate, and I can't. I feel like I'm bitch made when it's like, yeah, you like this, don't you? And I'm like, I do. I do. And then I swipe again. It's like, you like this? I'm like, I do. I do like this. And you swipe, like, bro, I swipe on TikTok. There's a 99% chance I'm going to get served up something I want. I don't like that. I don't like a machine telling me what I want. I don't even know if that's what I wanted, but now I do want it. It's pretty interesting. It's like it's looking into the future of what I could want, and it's guessing correctly, showing me things I never thought about. I'm only getting new wants.
That's their specialty.
And then it hits, and I'm like, I know. That's it. It is. That's what I'm done with TikTok.
Specialty.
It is a specialty, but I do think I do spend more time begging YouTube to give me the right stuff, because some days are just banger days on YouTube. I refresh my feed. There's like 10 videos I got queued up. I'm ready to go. I'm like, yes. Some days it's like they keep trying to force me to feed me the same bullshit, and I'm like, okay, enough. I refresh, and it just doesn't understand me that day. But
back to back, YouTube will do that like 8 days in a row. I'm like, bro, I saw that Korean hot dog in that 25-minute street food vlog video. I'm not interested.
Yeah,
the craziest thing.
I wasn't.
You're kind of like, yeah, but you're kind of like, I'm still at like on the brink. I'm still at like 64% interested. So you're not completely wrong. Don't forget that. Yeah. And maybe we're leaving our like cursor linger on it for just that millisecond extra.
We're doing
like
something.
Information gathered. You like it a little bit. We'll get you Wednesday afternoon, maybe Friday morning. The algorithm's going to get you. It's going to serve you up, and you're going to fucking consume it. The algorithm realize that will serve it up, and you'll consume it. You bitch.
I think they don't realize that delay that I'm lagging on that one is like an eye roll delay. Like I come across something they think I want, and I'm like, bitch, you don't know me. I actually hate the guy. I hate the guy that YouTube thinks I am. I think I've said that on this podcast before, but I often
Yeah.
hate the guy that YouTube thinks I am because I see some of these suggestions and I'm like, no. I was watching that video for a different reason than you think. So don't suggest me this because that's not the angle I was coming at it from at all.
I totally agree. There are times where I'm like, bro, I was watching that because of how wrong it was.
Yeah, exactly.
I was literally laughing at that.
Yeah.
I had the homies here and we were laughing at this. You think that's what I want? No,
Yeah.
bro. I ate shit as a joke. Don't give me shit again.
Remember that time when we were kicking it and we took like a little psilocybin dose and we were watching YouTube and we got to a point where we were like, holy fuck, let's put on a compilation of Trump speeches, like of him kind of going nuts. And we went in on like Trump speeches and just his whole animated shit. And we were dying.
Even before that, the thing that led up to it is that we watched wrestlers cutting promos, like classic 90s wrestlers cutting promos. And we were kind of like, yo, like the president's like agree or disagree. He's been cutting some mean promos over the last couple of years. So we pulled up like Trump, like just going off, like doing his thing, literally cutting promos left, right, and center, like not reading his media documents or whatever and ignoring his his people and just going off and winging it. And like he ate.
It was
He
comedy.
fucking ate
man.
that
we,
shit
we
up.
Came we came at it from a
and-
comedy angle and it paid, man. It
and
paid
then
off.
and then the mush buzz was gone, and I wake up the next day and YouTube's like, hey there, my little wrestling fan Trump loving buddy, what do you want to watch today? And I'm like, where's all my first person shooter playthroughs, and where's my speed running tech breakdown videos, where's my 4-hour long YouTube drama content? Who are these like people now? Like I have people there, like these new faces, like talking about things that I didn't even think people were talking about. Like it flipped the whole algorithm upside down.
Did it take you a long time to get back to what you needed?
No, I like where it took me. I like to stay everywhere now. I like the mess I've created. I like the smells, all the stinks that I've committed to, just wafting around my recommended page. Like you don't even like the things on my recommended page. Wild, just wild. Yeah,
I've been watching billiards recently, so I mean it's pretty crazy. Like I just got caught up, and now I'm getting served all types of billiards. Content. Yeah,
billiards.
9-ball. Yeah, 9-ball. Then I started watching some snooker drama. I watched top 10 biggest snooker drama videos.
It's so funny.
I don't even know what the fuck is going on in here.
This is me with poker.
I have no clue.
I mean, I know what's going on in poker, but poker, like YouTube's like, you want to watch poker? I'm like, I do.
Yeah,
I do.
I was watching rock climbing, and the drama in rock climbing. Like I was like, what? This is crazy. It's like because you can go and like you climb up, like you like have like a line that you've made or whatever, and you like score it, and then someone else can be like, nah, like I feel it's more like that. So it's like. Really like the people that do it are the ones that score it, and then people debate about it, and then other people will go and like literally like file like a little nail file to like alter a course, and people can tell, and they'll be like, this was sacrilegious. I wanted my grandson to climb the exact same rock that I did, and now it's been altered. The scoring went from here to there.
Yeah, exactly. You can get a grip now.
There's just drama and like the tea in everything. The deeper you
rock climbing's had a big
and
come up though. Rock climbing, Alex Honnold pretty much
not for me.
Had a huge come up. Like content wise, I feel like rock climbing's had a big look the last few years.
Yeah, was that movie that came out, Free Solo?
Yeah,
that really like it's moves like that sometimes. Like something comes out and people are just like all about it. Like it's like
I had my rock climbing phase of content. I watched a bunch of stuff,
and now you get served.
Guys are. What?
Now you get served up rock climbing content.
No, I beat
the algorithm giving it to you. Did that figure it out yet?
No. I beat they did. Like this is like a couple years ago when that came out. I started getting into like guys. It's all these lists. I always get caught up in like you said the drama of it, or like people who climb with or without ropes. Like free soloing, which was kind of the main thing, and guys who have like died doing that and different like feats that they've done. And then Netflix dropped like 3 other sort of like climbing documentaries that were all fire. Honestly, I loved them all. They were great. Super enjoyable.
Netflix, they got an algorithm too, but they have like a general algorithm for all of us. They're not like specified for you specifically.
Yeah.
No.
When they make certain content, that's like they're figuring that out by, you know, when, you know, people type in something over and over again, searching.
But they're also
something,
pushers,
Netflix
though.
search bar.
Yeah, they push their own
They're
content.
pushers. The top 10, like,
100%.
you know, top
No, but
10
like
is
even
like,
I'm okay
like,
with
when-
it. It's like
when
they
Stranger
should do
Things,
that.
when Stranger Things was like, when it first came out, I was like, this looks like I remember when I first got Netflix, that movie Super 8 was recommended to me all the time for like the
Yeah.
first few months that I had
Super 8.
Netflix. They really wanted me to watch Super 8, and it was a great movie, and the vibe of Super 8 was chill, and people must have like searched up things like Super 8, and then you were getting like horror stuff was pretty successful on Netflix. People, I remember it was like in the top, and like it was like, you know, it had high ratings and stuff. People looking up like just enough type of content that Netflix would be like, hey, let's take elements of things like from Super 8, that like 80s throwback vibe. Let's make it horror. Let's make it like a movie like Stand By Me. Let's take all these elements and mix it. Can you make us a show? Who can make us something like that would fit this bill? Netflix, I mean, Stranger Things just felt like that to me.
yeah. And then they hired you to be in it.
That's the algorithm, bro.
Yeah.
No, I'm only that
Opera.
now. Do you ever see see my algorithm?
What on?
Did I show that on
what
this?
platform? Yeah.
On Instagram. Did I show my?
yeah.
Extensively, we've got into your
Why am I so obsessed with the algorithm lately?
because
Because you're trying to
it
break the
dictates our
matrix.
I was just thinking that.
Oh.
I was just thinking of him.
I was thinking about the Matrix, and I was just like thinking about how lazy of a like thing
Comparison it is.
They're just like, oh, it's the Matrix, like, bro.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you watch
So
the
it's
Matrix,
a little
like,
reductive.
it's not even that like thoughtful, in my opinion. You know,
Thoughtful.
It's like you're really just
Well, you're breaking down his delivery of his message for his thing. You're
I
like,
just think it's
Matrix,
like-
bro. I don't know if you're not getting me to subscribe to your business.
I just don't
Right.
think it's
monthly
like
subscription.
creative enough, in my opinion. It's kind of like it's really just co-opting some other from a movie
Yeah.
that happened, you know, so
It's like
long
saying
ago. and
Twitter
it's
is the town square. It's like, well, that's an original thought.
yeah, it's like okay, cool, you know, like well, all right. I guess it's like a good descriptor of what they're trying to say, but ultimately, I just don't. I don't.
There's
think
a
it's, like,
there's a lot of that though,
the
and
best one.
you know what? I think there's a lot of these voices are kind of I find people make kind of claims like that, and it's like and I'm not speaking from some place where I feel superior. I'm just saying if you're gonna make claims,
Just say
you're gonna
it.
make
Just say
comparisons.
it.
I'm saying like your philosophical bonafides are pretty low to be making claims, just like Elon Musk's fucking tweet here where he did like a Venn diagram of 1984, Brave New World, and Fahrenheit 451, and it's like you are here in the overlap of all three. When it's like, if you've read any of those books, you'd know that doesn't even make sense. It's not like some clever, cute comparison. These worlds are all incompatible. And like, congratulations, those are all the basic bitch dystopian novels, all great books. Actually, I didn't
Okay.
like Fahrenheit 451
I'm
at all.
okay. super caught up in something you just
Gatekeeping the
said there.
dystopian novel
not.
game right now.
I'm not
You're
gatekeeping
gate-
it. I'm
that's
saying
big.
like
You're
I'm
gatekeeping. No, I want to know, Donnie. You're gatekeeping Elon Musk from the
You know what?
dystopian novel game right now.
I am.
You
I am.
from the shadows.
This guy's
Donnie,
gonna
I'm gonna ask
like.
you a
This
question.
guy's gonna force the fucking.
But you didn't like 1984.
I love 1984.
So why are you doing that? Why are you disrespecting
I didn't like.
it like that?
I didn't like Fahrenheit 451. I didn't
but
think
Donnie,
that was
why
a
are you
great book.
I
disrespecting
need to
it though
know
by
something
saying it's
very
basic
specific
bitch?
right now. He said,
Okay,
he said
hit me.
bonafides. Fides. Is that how you say it? Have I been saying this wrong the entire time? Is it? I've been saying bonafides. I'm caught up now. Sorry,
think
got
it's
lost in that. You
bonafides.
said that I can't. I got missed out everything you said.
I've been
because I was in my head
barred
thinking
from
about
touching
it.
my phone. I've been barred from touching my phone this episode. But if
You
you, want
said-
to Google it and hit pronounce,
You said that word, and I was like, "Nice try, buddy."
Is that what you thought? I completely lost.
I was like,
all train of
"Nice
thought.
try."
That's all I was thinking about. I was like in fear. All of a sudden in fear. I'm like, have I been walking around saying the wrong word this entire time or pronouncing it incorrectly? Not that I say it a lot. It's not a.
yeah.
not
I
a
mean, there's a
common
lot
one.
of words like that. There's a lot of words
Wait,
where
which word are we talking about right now?
I'm thinking bonafides is how I would in my brain. That's what I thought. Is that what you were saying in your like bonafides?
Yes.
Okay.
I did not know that was the word you were saying. I'm gonna tell you something, Donnie. I've known you for a long time. I'm gonna tell you something.
Yeah.
Doing this podcast with you, bro, I am finding you weirder and weirder every episode. Because I guess we never really spoke the way we speak on the podcast. When you and I speak, we like crack jokes and all that. But now you're like ketchup on pizza, bonafide. I'm not even gonna Google that pronunciation. You can, bro. This is why
he might be right. He might. He actually might be
pushing
right.
audiobooks.
I've read it, and I've heard it pronounced that way as well.
No, if you spoke to fucking Super Mario Bros, they said it that way,
bro.
No one. There's no one out here saying it like that other than Mario and Luigi. I promise you.
He actually had another quirk. He had another quirk that just slid on by last episode. I feel like no one's really paid attention to. That I've been thinking about for days.
What?
Like days.
Wait, hold on, Lynch. You might need to hold that for next week. Cause I don't know if we could both jump on him right now like this. Like, I also got some shit I want.
Until we have fucking Domino's and a bottle of Heinz on this podcast, I don't want to hear any more down talking of the pizza.
Okay, next episode.
Motherfuckers.
Domino's and a bottle of Heinz.
I gotta get
no one has ever demanded those at like. Well, they must have. Yeah, sometimes you
trust. Yo, do I have to Google ketchup on pizza and find the army?
Don't even.
No, please.
There's a fucking army.
Guys, no, bona fide. Who says bona fide? Seriously, actually, because like,
it's
no one, right?
Very French thing to say. To be honest with you, it's like very like you speak French and English, and you're mixed.
If you say bona fide
Latin,
in
right?
French,
it's
if you
Latin.
if you say bona fide,
I don't even know if I'm right or wrong, but the second you said it, it took me completely out of this entire conversation, and all I could think about is like, have I been saying it wrong? Is he saying it wrong? Who's right? Who's wrong?
I was typing no.
Does it even matter? It doesn't matter.
No,
I
don't know. I was gonna search up a completely different word after the podcast because I was like blown away that I've never heard that word before. If you said bona fide in French, you're saying happy birthday. So the French
that's not exactly, but I'll allow it.
If you went to a French person and you were like bona fide, they'd be like, it's not my birthday.
Toi. They think he's from somewhere else in Quebec, like some little town somewhere.
I'm pretty sure this is a Latin saying, and I'm pretty sure you could pronounce it bona fides or probably bonafides if you're speaking English like a normal person, but I'm Super Mario.
I wanted to switch lanes here for a second with you guys and bring up this thing that I saw because I have some feelings about this. And actually Harley has a product like this in his house that I just like, it bothers me when I see it. I think it's so
flashlight.
That's fine. No, he has like a smart toaster that you pay like $400 for.
That's smart.
It just doesn't really do. I don't even know what it does. It doesn't really do anything. But
that's so crazy that you would hate something that you don't know what it does. I'm just like,
I don't hate. You know what? Hate's a very strong word.
You know what it does?
I have a dislike for it.
Mm-hmm.
But this year, Samsung has dropped this new line of ovens.
And the fact that you would even, sorry, go ahead. Tell them about this oven. Tell them about this. I know about this oven. Tell them about it.
It's an AI oven that hasn't come out here in the US or Canada yet, but it's going to be. It has a camera in it, so you can film your food conveniently and live stream it if you'd like. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, what is this? I guess like everyone's influencer or everyone's trying to film their food. It does a lot of other things, but the camera feature seems like it's like a creator focused type thing.
Yeah,
but it's like an AI oven, and I guess like all this stuff's being incorporated into like your kitchen gadgets. How do you feel about that? Like, do you think do you want your oven telling you what to do when you cook your food? Do you want to live a little more?
My head's going to such a dark place right now.
Okay.
My head's going to like that old trope of the babysitter that got stoned and put the baby in the oven. And now I'm thinking about this 4K video of a baby dying in the oven. Okay, Harley, what were you going to say?
Like I said, bro, Donnie, every week I'm blown away about what I've seen you become. It's been like the craziest character arc for someone that I've known for 18 years. I'm like, ketchup on pizza, the baby in the oven. Like, what the fuck? So it's tough. Let me respond to this question from two places. Okay, Lynch. Number one, from the Sauce Boss perspective, it's something that I wish I had since 2010. I would have bought it right away, instantly. The footage would have been so useful, and I would have so much food content. I I would like to know if the oven itself is good, considering that it has this feature. Because if it was, then like I am absolutely the like straight up, the algorithm is serving me up. That's for me. I would consider this oven as the sauce boss. As the sauce boss, because I could use it. I could imagine like straight up epic mealtime TikTok content, like just every epic meal that goes in there, that clip is just worthy of it. People seeing it in the oven. And it's not a perspective you get a lot of. And back in the day, I looked up extensively for a camera that can go in the oven. And the closest thing I found was this thing for firefighters. That was like a tube looking type camera that would be able to withstand high heat. And I never ended up pulling the trigger on it. But if I could, yeah, I would consider owning this. But as a real person, a customer, let's just say a regular ass dude named Harley who owns a Revolution Instaglow R180 toaster, that's kind of fucking funny that you think this silly ass oven with a camera is as hateable as my toaster. My 2-slice high-end stainless steel design features a touchscreen. Sorry,
your toaster can't even fit a baby.
With high-speed smart settings, perfectly toasted bagels.
Settings? What are the settings that you can put on there?
Bagel is one.
No, bitch. Perfectly toasted bagel. Perfectly toasted English muffin. Perfectly toasted Pop-Tarts and waffles.
Yeah, that is the most subjective thing I've ever heard.
Exactly. Which is why on it, you literally don't have a fucking number, bro. You got an exact picture of what you want your thing to look like.
That's
from 1 to 8 settings. So you could take your bagel, put it in there, tell it it's a frozen bagel. Now it's going to give you a selection, an image that you'll press of what you want. So like maybe 7 on your toaster is your way to get your bagel, but now you have a frozen bagel. You're going to put it to 8 or 9? Boom, you fucked up. I don't ever have that experience anymore, bro. My bagels are never fucked up. My English muffins are never fucked up. This thing also toasts like 2 times faster than most toasters I've seen. My mom's out there mad that I spent like $350 on a toaster. So she spent what, $70. Your toaster's trash, Mom. It's actually trash. I wouldn't even fucking toast something at your house. It's shit.
Sure.
I got the fucking future of toasting. And I think at what I paid, it was a fucking steal. It was.
You know why I'm not sold on any of these things?
I'm sold. Legit.
I would think a guy who's like gatekeeping pantries as pantries only something you could walk into with a door. I think you respect something like this.
That's not what I said. I love to run the tape back because it seems like over time people don't realize the amount of drama going down in our group text about this whole pantry situation because I'm being proven right day by day. Week by week, month by month. The evidence.
Said the guy who never tried ketchup on pizza.
Anyway. My bad. By the way, I have the Instaglow R270. By the way,
I want to say something about your Instaglow. That's fine. You live with your $350 toaster, but
I'm buying.
The issue I take with this stuff right here is, I agree for what we're doing. Probably, I don't know how wide angle the lens, or angle is in this thing. Maybe it wouldn't be able to cover our full cooking experience. I think it's cool that it could help you recognize like 80 different dishes and ingredients and like set all your settings for you if you're a complete dummy in the kitchen, which a lot of people are. The one thing that bothers me about this is kind of like a car. It's like new age cars, all these new age cars. You get all this technology.
Mm-hmm.
You know what the problem is? When you got to fix these motherfuckers, which is inevitably going to happen. Something's going to go wrong with this technology laden product. You are going to have to fix it. You know how much it's going to cost you to fix it?
My toaster?
That's why your toaster's definitely have to be fixed at some point or break.
And
then you're like, oh, it's over.
I was thinking the same thing.
My toaster has a gluten-free mode. And there's also a warming rack.
What does the gluten-free mode do?
Yeah,
like gluten-free bread.
Gluten-free,
so it removes the gluten.
No, it's like gluten-free bread toasts probly at a different rate.
Yeah, it's it's 16 bread modes to perfectly
your toaster sounds like a big
items.
scam right now. I'm not gonna lie, because don't you just do the eye test? You pop it in and you go, okay, that looks about done. Stop, pull it up, take a look.
I gotta say, as much as I love it, I'm not the eye test like this toaster. I like the idea. Everything he's told me about it, I actually love.
I didn't even tell you about panini press mode. But go on.
It's not like I've had a lot of trouble with toast to this point.
Yeah.
There hasn't been that many mishaps.
Toast hasn't been a pain point for you.
This is perfect. This is a perfect.
I've
I got
paid the
perfect
price
for
in
that.
the past.
You're right. You're right. Listen. You guys know Hideo Kojima, legendary, iconic game developer. He created Metal Gear Solid. He loves video games. He actually even has a great respect for first-person shooters, but he doesn't really play them because they make him nauseous. The day Halo 3 came out, they booted it up, and he was there watching
September
for a
25th,
moment.
2010. I remember
They
it
give
like it was
him
yesterday.
someone passes him the controller as soon as the game starts, in the jungle there when the chief crash lands. They pass him the controller. He walks over to a bush. The bush moves, and then he turns around and he shoots something and it responds. He turns around, he gives the controller back, and he goes, "Good game." It's the little details there that someone as iconic as him can recognize. I get that you never had a problem with toast, but you're missing out on something that, like, you spend these seconds with the eye test or looking at it, or these mistaken toasts that occur. This is the little detail here in my life that will never be an issue ever again. Toast
until it breaks.
I'm God level at toast.
Yeah.
Until it breaks, what?
I'm just
What
saying
do you mean
it's,
until it breaks?
it can break. High tech things.
When
can
is
break,
your
but I
toaster
just-
going to break? When is your toaster going to break?
Also,
Mine's
like the
been
amount of people
broken.
can fix your toaster.
Guys,
It
when has your
becomes
toaster
less
been?
and less as
When's your
you-
toaster
I'm actually,
been broke?
but Harley, I'm actually.
When's your toaster
pro
been broke?
toaster.
Who has a broken toaster? You?
I've gone through some toasters.
Okay. How long does your
Not-
toasters last?
I'm not on my first.
My
toaster.
toasters lasted me forever. I don't even fuck around. I've had the same.
My toasters last me forever too, but I want to know if you have broken toasters, you're moving through toasters. How long's a toaster lasting you?
It's years.
Years. How many?
Yeah.
Years
4?
ago.
7.
I will, until
4
I
or
move,
7?
I want a new one.
How many toasters?
Does
How
it
many
self
years?
clean?
4 to 7 for sure. 4 to 7.
4 to 7. So for
Forever.
how much your toaster cost? $50 to $70?
No.
I mean, I'm usually
5,
fucking with
30
toaster
bucks.
ovens, to tell you the truth. So I haven't bought a slice toaster. I haven't bought a slice toaster in a long time.
I get the 4-piece. You got settings on those too, by the way. But I get. Like
Well,
the
you get a
4-piecer,
knob.
I
But no,
got a
I
knob.
actually like Harley's toaster. I haven't used it, but from everything he said, I fucking want one.
Does it self
It's been, I've had it for 4 years. We're here now.
Okay.
It's been almost 4 years now with this toaster. We're coming
I
up
don't
to
think
that.
I don't think you make that much toast. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Not anymore.
Doesn't
I don't
matter.
think toast is a big thing for you. No, it's not an everyday utility.
The
for you,
cereal
so I think
Absolutely
you're kind
not
of like-
every day, but
Okay.
before the diet, it was multiple times a week.
With that bun
I
mama.
still think
Donnie?
you're a liar.
Donnie,
Yeah.
can you back me up here? Do I not go and I go purchase sourdough?
He goes to Furley Bread Wine in Hudson on Main
Yeah,
Street.
and
he
yeah,
gets
and I-
sourdough.
I do, and I get a baguette. I get a baguette.
You made it all
get
about
to
your
slice
you made it all about your toaster, but this is about the oven.
And you also said, does it have a cleaning mode? It doesn't, but it'll
Yeah.
say ding, and it'll be like time to change your crumb tray, and you
It's
pull a
like-
tray out
it
because
goes
all the
ding,
crumbs
and
fall.
It says do better.
No, it says payment due. to unlock well done bagel, please insert
Do
toast
you pay?
points.
Do you have like a
Aw,
monthly
bro.
subscription to your toaster? Is there like a $5?
I would
Don't
do it.
even joke.
That's the guy I am. I would do it. I would do it. I would do it.
You would.
Yeah.
No, because the way
Set it
that's
and
going,
forget it.
that's the way that's
Toast
going with
roulette is
cars.
sick. You play that
Toast
for
roulette.
random toast roulette, and you don't know what kind of how well done
I
or
just
not
don't think
well
you're
done your toast
respecting
is.
that this whole idea of like fixing these high tech machines are going to become more and more of an issue.
There's no
It's like-
fixing. Let me tell you, as somebody who actually knows this shit, there's no fixing these things.
Yeah.
They just replace the board completely.
They
If
don't
there's
even
a
have to.
problem
I'm
in
going to
an area
replace
of
it.
You take it apart and you replace the component. There's no like
It's over,
diagnosing
bro.
and
It's over. It was 6 years. You got the toaster 6 years. Okay? You paid about
Then we can
80
do a
bucks
chip-
per
then we have
year.
another chip shortage, and the next thing you know, there's
80
no more
bucks
chips
a
for
year
your
for-
toaster or your oven.
80 bucks
The
a year
chips
for
are
a
done, bro.
premium.
They can't make enough of these chips. There's no wafers. I don't know.
But you're
It's
sitting,
like
you're
the whole-
surrounded by chips
the
right
whole
now while
thing
you're
is finished.
talking. One more chip for the toast isn't going to be a problem, bro. You got chips all around
Pretty
you.
sure there was a chip shortage not that long ago. In fact,
Okay.
the US invested.
Relax
a lot
on your
of billions
chips then.
trying to
yet
get the
his
chip thing going.
his toaster survived though. His toaster survived the chip shortage.
His toaster was purchased before the chip shortage, so he
Right,
didn't
and
make
it
through.
and it made it the whole way through, and now he's back with
But I
chip
didn't want to make this about
availability.
the toaster. This is about
Well,
the
we're
oven,
here.
so-
We're here.
And that's where you
Okay.
fucked up, though. That's where you fucked up because it is about the toaster.
Dude. Honestly, I look at that toaster.
toaster's
I'm not
fire.
mad. I don't hate it.
Sounds
but
like you're
I
mad,
definitely
though.
dislike it. No,
I don't think the toaster really likes you that much. I've never heard it say one good thing about
toaster,
you.
Man.
See, that's the
Fuck
problem
that
with
toaster.
AI is that, let's say he says, I want this toast, and he picks his perfect toast, but the toaster hears about this episode, and he hears about the type of fucked up shit that Lynch said about toasters. So he's gonna disobey. He's gonna be like, oh, you want level 4? Bitch, you're getting 6. And next time, keep your mouth shut.
My toaster can detect your face. It detects faces.
That's fucking heady. Where's your toaster from?
That's a big question. I don't even know. I know everything you're saying.
There's 2 answers.
Yeah.
There's 2 possible answers, and they're both the wrong ones.
I'll tell you, it's shipped from the USA, and that's all I'm going to tell you about it.
Duty free.
You don't want to let it out there. Your face is definitely out there, dude. Through the toaster. Someone's hacked your toaster.
You know how many times I went to my toaster with a heart on?
It's been recording videos of you and uploading it to the cloud, the toaster cloud.
Yo.
Oh, shit, dude.
Then don't even ask what his phone's fucking seeing if the toaster's seeing.
He's smart enough to cover his camera on his phone. That's for sure.
Hey, can we talk about that? Let's talk about
the algorithm, of course.
No, let's talk about pornography.
Whoa. Sure.
I fucking, and especially me, since I was like hating on NoFap, and let me say from the beginning, I'm not at all on NoFap, and I think it's terribly stupid. But what I did find myself doing way too much over the past while is switching to my after dark Reddit account in the middle of the day, just for like browsing, just for like looking at it.
Explain this to me. I don't know what you mean by this. I
think he's saying he's looking at ass and tits in the middle of the day while he's.
That's it.
After dark. What does that mean?
I know why you're in the shadows, bro.
I was literally looking at porn, like recreationally, like scrolling through porn subreddits.
Oh, like something to do just to see what's up.
Like just like the way you doom scroll on Reddit or Twitter or something.
Donnie, since no one can see you, I don't want you to take this personally, because it's not like I'm mocking you in front of everyone here. Because it's just between you and I, and like, there's like no one can see this, so it's just you and I here in Lynch, like just us three. The camera angle and everything. You look like a little pervert right now.
With my
sitting in there, just your fit and like what you're saying. Yeah, your eyes bloodshot, like you have pink eye from yourself somehow in some sort of experience, and you're just like going off on your like ass and tits middle of the day, and you're like in the chair, like you're like the camera's just got. You're small at the bottom. You're small at the bottom.
Guys, did you hear about it? Yeah, and then I said, I detected the toxicity in this practice. And I was like, completely deleted that account.
Wait, and what practice? Oh,
and looking at in the middle porn. Of the day? Yeah, just I'm like looking at porn. I'm like, this is definitely polluting my fucking mind. And I just completely wiped the account. Like I deleted the account off my phone. Like I deleted its existence. I can't even log into it if I tried. And then I kind of thought about it a few days later. I'm like, oh, look at that. It's been days that I haven't like reflexively doom scrolled through porn without even the intention of doing it, just like to look at it. And I'm like, there is something to this. Not in the no fap sense.
Like, do you feel better, or do you feel like
better? That's the thing. Sure. I don't feel anything. I don't feel anything.
Because it doesn't exist anymore.
Exactly. It's not like I'm missing it. I'm not missing it at all, but I thought about it and I was like, wow, if I didn't do that, there would have been a bunch of wasted time of looking at it the way I would look at something else. And I'm just like, it's better to not fucking look at. I know this isn't like some great discovery, but it's something that I did recently where I was like, I'm looking at porn in the middle of the day on Reddit. And I deleted that shit, and now I'm just not. And I'm not like, oh, I miss porn. I'm just like not thinking about it at all until I stop and think about it and go, wow, this is better to not do.
Yeah. So I would open up Instagram, and someone would be like, even if they were like, add me on Instagram or whatever. And I know I brought it up last time, but like, it's true. If you open up Instagram and then I type the search, I'm getting like, absolutely, I'm getting porn. And like, I'm a grown ass man. Like, I'm fine. Like, I'm fine. I look at it and I'm like, sometimes I might open up and I might be like, And I didn't need that today to just be like, But like if I go and I opened up Instagram and I know I did it, but like it's literally just if you go to search someone, you like go here and then you type the search button and like, boom, that's what I got.
Yeah.
Just like that. And at the top, it says inspirational quotes, Yorkshire Terriers, and fitness motivation. That's accurate for what I want. But
Then
why are the pictures that?
Yeah.
Why are
you
the
getting
pictures if that's
twerking thongs?
Yeah, well, because it's like, hey, buddy, you horny? Hey, you want the algae to throw you up something to bust too? Hey, buddy, is that what you want? I'm like, and I don't like that because I'm like I said, sometimes I'm like, for a second, and it's weird because I'm like on the plane next to like a stranger or something, and I'm a big man looking at a bum shaking. Hi. It's weird.
That's what I mean.
And it's inappropriate. But if you caught me with this shit at 13 or 14, it would fuck me up.
For sure.
If I would open up Instagram, and I know like even 13 is like when you could start using Instagram, I think, or whatever, or I'm not sure, like the app is run by your parents and maybe the age or what, I'm not sure how it works, but I'm sure some kids have a similar recommendation, even at the age of 16 or 17, 18 even. I know you're an adult at 18, but still, like that could fuck me up. That would make a day a lot less productive back then. Like even having satellite TV, bro, like the only reason why I wasn't mashing it up is like everyone's home.
Yeah, it was in the living room, not in your bedroom.
Yeah, exactly. Like, but like that type of stuff like had an effect. That's just on your phone ready to go. And you can like you said, look at it during the day. That's a distraction at school and everything. That's
what it is. It's a distraction.
And all that. And it's really fucked up.
Well, that's everything though.
No, but I was never.
Harley, you don't rock with the productivity nuts, so you've already claimed that.
But that's the thing. I'm like at work or something. This isn't even a situation where I'm seeking this. It's just sort of a reflexive boredom, stimulation seeking behavior where I was like, I'm going to scroll through this because it's titillating. And then
you got to get a dopamine cleanse, bro.
And then I'm like, this is really poison. This is poisoning my mind.
You got a dopamine reset. Sit and walk and look outside and shut your mouth and just fucking walk around and don't even listen to me or anyone and just talk. That's like they'll just think and
just
walk.
Use your imagination. You
know? Yeah.
No, yeah.
Not too much though. Not too much. You're resetting.
Because then I get to the baby in the oven thing, and then that's where my imagination.
That you got to stop. Don't say that anymore.
It really did affect you. It did affect.
Don't embrace the shadows that much.
I got to get a new shadow here. My neck's too skinny in this. We gotta speak to our effects department.
I
skinnier one. Just put a broom,
neck. like a pencil thin neck with
Dope. Shout out to Casey and the pencil necks.
Needle dick. Needle dick.
I wanted.
Hey,
I'm curious if you guys know anything about this because I'm very. I feel like I'm missing this. This is one of my future deep dives I want to get into. But have you ever been caught up in fine dining? You ever been to like real fine dining? Because this very fancy restaurant, I guess, was top 50 restaurants in the world in Copenhagen. Recently, like shut down its service and is sort of just changing what they do. And I guess this is a big deal in the fine dining world, you know? And I just got super lost in it because I was like, what is going on here? And every time I read their menus, I'm like, why is this a top 50 restaurant? It's like locally foraged ingredients. And it's like, we got reindeer brain custard with bee pollen on the menu tonight.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that just sounds fucking terrible.
Can I tell you?
Or
if I went to a restaurant, I've done so much, and I know it's pretty unique. I've done so much like with Epic Mealtime and all the cooking and stuff. I promise you, if I went to a restaurant and they had reindeer brain custard, 100% that's a no-brainer. Hey, literally, I am 100% getting that. Without question, it sounds, I don't want to say delicious because food isn't always been about being delicious to me these days. There's like, I want to learn, I want to see, I want to try new things. I've tried enough weird food over the last few years to be open to everything, only if it's like, you know, this is a Michelin star chef made this a menu.
3 Michelin stars. This is it's not even that. There's so much more to it because I got really lost in the whole find, and also with the like.
You
I
wouldn't
feel like
fuck with the reindeer brain with custard? Reindeer brain custard?
No, we ate that ant that one time, and I'm down with that. Like a little,
It was
like,
good.
Little, pork rind with ant, and Amir would not do it. And I thought, I was like, okay, like this is an experience. I'm down for the experience because it's some type of delicacy in Mexico, right? But what I got lost in is the menus are always fucking weird to me, and it's like this is a top 50 restaurant, but it's also the whole experience. Obviously, is being rated in as well, and then they start talking about what it's like in the kitchen for the people. There's like 100 people working there. Like there's people in charge of it, like certain departments, and how like a kitchen is run. And I think recently there's been a lot of content like released, like The Bear, and there's a couple. I think there's like The Menu. There's a couple different shows and movies that came out where this world is being explored and how like militant it seems to be, or how like insane the kitchen really is, and like just lots of toxic behavior that goes down, and like the jobs. It's not just, you don't do everything. You're like assigned a task, like plating, or one specific part of the meal. And I was just like, this is a crazy world that I've just never really dived into. I don't think I've ever been to a true fine dining experience, and I got super caught up. I don't know, it's just weird. And the weird part is the menu never sounds good to me. I'm never like,
But Lynch,
yay.
Don't you find that environment is exactly what someone like yourself wants from that experience? You as a potential customer. I mean, let's be honest. You like the finer things in life. You like a big, breathable pantry. You like stuff like that. So if you were going and you were paying top dollar, wouldn't you want them to be like, to have an ants guy to make sure that the ants are, good in the kitchen, and it's not just like, Tim going to the freezer and getting the brown cardboard box with ants in it and taking out a pack or anything like that? Aren't you happy that with what you're paying for it, that's what you get?
So you're bringing up the real issue I'm having, the internal debate, because you're right. I do like some of the finer things. I do have some tastes that are, you've pointed out to me a few times where like I do like the finer things sometimes, but in this case, I don't understand it. I understand it to a level, but it just seems
you don't understand the militants, or you don't understand the reindeer.
No, I don't understand the ultimately, like, here's what I'm delivering to you. And I understand it's like an experience, but like fermented rice ice cream with an oyster caramel sounds terrible to me. Or like
the thing is,
they wouldn't lie to you.
Yeah, like that. The thing is, each one of these ingredients is going to have some sort of quality. It's going to have, like, the oyster. It's not about oyster. They're using oyster as salt. The oyster is the salty aspect of whatever the dish is.
Okay.
Yeah. So
there's eggs and thing. There's eggs and thing. Like, you wouldn't call some shakes like an egg drink, but like an egg in a protein shake can really just make it much better in a way that does not make it eggy necessarily. And I just trust this. Like, I wouldn't, like, I'm hesitant, but I would still fuck around. If I was in a different country, street food, and there was a guy there, and he was like, hey, no, I'm kidding. He was like, I got, like, I see it here in the thing you sent, like, if he was like, I got ants and brown sugar, and it's a guy on the street corner, I am like, oof, should I? Okay, let's get crazy, man. Come on. Maybe I will, But if I'm in like a fancy restaurant and the guy came up to me and I was like, ants and brown sugar, it's good, right? How good is it? You love it? And the guy's like, I'm not allowed to eat it, sir. I'd be like, fucking bring it out. It's gotta be good. It's got to be.
Have you had a fine dining? Have you been to like a real fine dining, like top 100 restaurant ever before? Like, is this?
I don't think I've been to
now
a
it makes
top
me want to go.
100.
What?
I don't think I've been to a top 100, but I've had fine dining where like I've been like, it would say something like salmon sourced from this particular area, with a cheese, this particular cheese I've never heard of, finish, and a citrus selection of sauces. And what I'm picturing in my head is like a lot of things. Like, what is this? And then what comes is like a plate, and on the plate is literally like lox with cheese inside, and it's rolled up with just cheese, and there's like drops of different citrus sauces, like 3 dots on the plate with the
Yeah, I know
matching
what you
like
mean.
tangerine and what other citrus fruit, like just one piece of it next to the sauce. And it's just like one little piece of smoked salmon wrapped with cheese and like 3 dots. And I'm like, it was like, $29.99. So I thought it would be more than this, but that's the most I've had in fine dining. So to me, fine dining is like you're paying for something a bit more than. Which one did we have?
With our issue, I think, is that we're just like, this is why we're probably not built for it, because we rolled up in Italy to like a Michelin star restaurant, like in just our regular garb.
And they were like, get out.
They were like, you think you can come here?
Yeah,
I don't
this
think
is not
so.
LA.
It's like, bro, you think you
I
can
had
wear
my
a
knapsack. I was like,
sweater?
can I put my school bag on the floor next to my chair?
They're like, no, only people that rob people on motorcycles have knapsacks in this city.
They're like, you don't know Epic Mealtime, the connoisseurs of fine dining, please.
Please.
It's just we did not get treated with the respect that we were hoping, because we were like, oh, we have money, we're willing to pay whatever we need to pay. We'll probably order the entire menu because we hear it's a good restaurant, or it's like some.
You could pull that off in Montreal or New York or LA or something, but you're in Italy, like these guys,
Like, nah.
they wear a button-down shirt to.
I'm in Italy.
Yeah.
I'm in Italy, and I'm like, hey, listen, muchacho. I'm down to spend like $1,000 here right now on your fucking spaghetti. How about you make some space?
We had
Hey,
to get
And somewhere
paisan.
for me to leave my school bag.
we had to get the concierge.
You don't
to call
want
for
me-
us. Like, listen, these guys actually they respect food. Let me tell you, they respect food. Can you get?
Hold on, let Harley finish the bit. He's got a face locked in.
I was gonna come in and I was gonna be like something about the ghost. But I didn't know where I was going with it. I was like, you don't want me to haunt this place like a ghost. But no, we did have someone contact for us, didn't they?
Yeah, they called and they told them, hey, these guys, they're on YouTube and they make food videos, and no, they're really respectful. I promise. So
We were in Italy.
Reservation.
We were in Italy as guests of Pagani. So we like hit them up and we're like, can you call the fancy restaurant and tell them we're cool? And like we showed up back like again and they were like, our apologies, sirs.
Yeah.
To Amir, and I'm like, that man's ill. Don't talk to him. And Amir's like, but like, no, we literally like we rolled back in and I'm pretty sure I did leave my school bag on the floor next to the chair. Like, I think I like was now be able to kind of laugh about it, be like, oh, look at that. Like, we're ruining these people, their date that they're having there. We're ruining it. They drove like an hour.
They waited
and
a
half to be
year.
here.
They waited a year to get a table. They made a reservation on their last anniversary for tonight.
And I
actually
was
went
like,
back to that
can I get some bacon in this pasta? Hey.
it was a fire meal, and I actually went back to that part of it.
I was like, put some bacon in my pasta before I get my dick sucked. Harp. And
Like,
they're
can I have a female waitress? I don't want this waiter dude here. Can I get a female instead?
yeah, and I'm looking at my vlog camera. I'm like, you know how I be straight?
Me and Lynch were in a smoke-filled room, and I brought up that last episode you referred to women as females. And I said to Lynch, yeah, you did. I don't think
Oh,
you just said,
no.
You said females, and I was like, man, that's an adjective, not a noun. Like, don't call them females.
What did I say? Oh,
I don't
no.
remember. I just
did
remember
This guy's been talking to Mr. J way too much, obviously.
me and Jay, I need to trade eyes with this kid. Yeah, I don't know.
That part,
I don't think you could do that.
Worst version of Harley on that trip. I had a good time, but he was doing live vlogging, which was just like biggest pain in my fucking ass trying to get.
cut him some slack. You know how embarrassing it is to be 6'6" and to pull out a camera and start talking.
No, he
And
never.
be
he never
like
put the
and
camera
be
away.
loud.
Ever.
And be like
He never put it
loud
away.
and like oh, I never put it away, bro. He's a fucking YouTuber, bro. You're like surprised. You never put the camera away, this guy.
Yeah. Where do you
We're
think
trying
you get all
to
that
live.
pantry? Where do you get all your pantry money from, bro?
Pagani
You're
only
lucky
wanted
this
us
guy's a
there 'cause-
YouTuber.
Pagani only wanted us there because the fucking camera was on. That's what they wanted. They wanted us there
camera.
killing it.
No, not that camera. I was just trying to enjoy my time, and it's just live.
Not vacation though, bro. We We were there on
a little bit. We were having a
mission.
good time, bro.
According to the Canadian Revenue Agency, that was a work trip. Okay.
Well,
a
I
work
went back
trip.
to that particular part of Italy and went back to that specific restaurant. And what I realized after going back there is that we just never turned left. And we missed out on a whole sick part of that entire place we were at. Because we were
You're like, okay, listen, guys, I don't think you're grasping it. I went to Italy with Lynch, and we were
And only
there,
turned
and
right.
we like got to we literally went right and like walked, and I was like, there's nothing here, and we wanted something, and just we didn't have it. And we went back. Lynch went back. Strangely enough, he went back weeks later, and like you said, you turned left.
Not weeks later, like a couple years later, to the exact same area we were in. We were.
And
in
what
northern
did
Italy.
you see when you turned left?
Dude?
like
just
everything
a
we
whole-
wanted, everything I
everything we
Mecca.
needed. Like there was a whole. Not even that. There was like a
Italian
food hall.
McDonald's, because I love McDonald's in other countries, by the way.
They had a food
Dude,
hall with
the
like
tater
all this
tots in
sick
Spain.
food. There's so much going on that we just completely missed. Like I had a good chuckle, to be honest. I was like, aha.
That's funny because I also had a good chuckle actually. So
Yeah,
crazy.
you enjoyed
That's
it?
crazy.
What the
That
hell,
we're
guys?
both here chuckling.
What the hell? Where was I for this chuckle?
You weren't around.
I guess
It was
not.
fun.
Listen, I did have a
so
good
fine
chuckle.
dining.
I enjoy a good chuckle.
Next.
Listen, you guys listening, you like a good chuckle? Did you have a good chuckle? You want some bee pollen quiche, fermented rice ice cream with oyster caramel? Should we be making ants with brown sugar on epic mealtime for a dessert? Let me know. I'm going to ignore it. This has been a really fascinating episode, starting from that guy's disgusting binge. I'm gonna meditate on that, but I think we should still bring in some of our own tales or tales from the audience. If anyone was inspired, if anyone listening was inspired by that guy's IHOP mono tonsillitis experience, please share stories like that. I would love to share your stories. That was actually very funny to me. Hit us up on the subreddit or in the comment section on YouTube. Listen to the Binge Eater podcast. Been holding it down with Big Lynch, Donnie Duckett's on the ones and twos. I trust no one except us.